Hello everyone! If there's a river or a lake nearby your house, then you probably know that certain places aren't suitable for you to swim. Well, for example, if there are some hidden rocks or, according to some legend, a terrible monster. But there are places where you're not only not supposed to swim, but you shouldn't even put your hands or feet in. We don't simply want to scare you, so you're going to see it for yourself. These are the places where you shouldn't go to swim. Let's get it on. Bubbly Creek. A quick warning. If you made yourself a sandwich or some other snack for watching our videos, it's better to put them aside, because this story will probably spoil your appetite. And don't let the bubbles in the name of this pond deceive you, because they're not cute at all. Once upon a time there were swamps in this place, but the city of Chicago started growing, and the narrow little rivers were leveled to ensure the flow of fresh water into the city. Nevertheless, as it often happens, several industries developed along with the city, and all of their waste, of course, was poured into the first place available. Unfortunately, it was one of the tributaries of the river. Over time, a huge amount of garbage accumulated at the bottom of the reservoir, mostly animal products, and the water literally began to fret and bubble. If some of you feel sick now, well, told ya. Yenisei. The huge, beautiful river Yenisei in Russia is deadly dangerous for anyone who decides to plunge into it. And not because of strong currents or something like that. The number of various microbes in the water of the Yenisei exceeds any permissible standards. If you swallow some of this water, you can catch a bunch of unpleasant diseases that you'll have to cure for a very long time. But this isn't the only problem. Different factories are pouring oil products and other chemical stuff into the water, which not only can cause you a couple of chronic diseases, but also spoil your health forever. So don't swim in the Yenisei, even if you really want to. Horseshoe Lake. This Californian lake is really great, except for one little detail. After several earthquakes that occurred in the area between 1989 and 1990, there were emissions of harmful gas which literally killed all the trees around the reservoir. Yes, they still lie there, reminding tourists of the danger because it has not gone anywhere. The fact is that the emissions of this poisonous gas are still occurring, and they're completely unpredictable, which means that one day you won't notice them, and another day they can easily destroy all living things, including unlucky tourists. Kipu Falls. This waterfall in Hawaii is one of the favorite swimming places among tourists. However, the local authorities are seriously worried because instead of peacefully relaxing and enjoying the beautiful view, the tourists jump into the lake next to it from a great height. And this, well, it doesn't end well. At best, tourists can get different fractures and spend the rest of the holidays in a cast. Because of the numerous accidents, the Hawaiian Tourism Department even intends to remove all mentions of the Kipu Falls from guidebooks. Well, the locals say that the whole thing is because of the spirit of the waterfall, which has a really bad character and doesn't like to be disturbed by noisy tourists. Fraser Island. Right now we're going to talk about an island in Australia. So you probably already know what's so dangerous about the beaches of Fraser Island. Yep, that's right, absolutely everything. Despite the fact that this place looks like a paradise, you mustn't swim near the island. First of all, because of these strong currents, which can easily drown an inexperienced swimmer. If you manage to avoid the currents, then you'll probably meet some sharks, poisonous jellyfish, and even marine crocodiles, who will gladly eat an unlucky tourist for dinner. But if you think that you can avoid the water and lie peacefully on the beach, we're here to disappoint you. This is Australia. Therefore, on land you'll meet unfriendly venomous spiders, and along with them some hungry dingoes, so it's better to choose some other place for recreation. Lake Pustoy. Imagine a pond with crystal clear fresh water. It's not polluted by the emissions of any chemical plants, and all the numerous tests conducted by scientists confirm that the water in the lake doesn't contain anything poisonous. The only weird thing about the lake is some small gas bubbles that make the water look like champagne or Sprite. But these natural gases are also harmless. There were no catastrophes around. In a word, it's almost an ideal place in the middle of Western Siberia. But for some unknown reason, there are no fish in this lake. Birds don't fly close to it, and it seems that all living things try to stay away from the reservoir. Why? This remains a mystery for scientists, so we wouldn't advise you to go swimming in this lake. Well, just in case, you never know. Blue Lake. The secrets of this lake, located in Kabardino-Balkaria, have been haunting for many years, scuba divers and scientists alike, not only because of its beauty or bright blue color caused by a high content of hydrogen sulfide. In fact, this place is considered to be truly mystical. So far, nobody has been able to see the bottom of the lake, and local legends claim there is no bottom. Yes, scientists found the bottom of the Mariana Trench, but they couldn't find where the Blue Lake ends. It's even more terrible, because the fact that there's no fish here at all, and the divers trying to find the bottom of the Blue Lake had to leave the place in an ambulance. In addition, it remains a mystery how the lake is filled with water, because there's not a single river or even a small stream flowing into it. It's believed that under the Blue Lake there is a whole system of underwater caves, but so far, no one has been able to confirm this theory. Mono Lake. If you Google the name of this lake, you'll see how incredibly beautiful it is. Honestly, any pictures of this place can be used as wallpapers for your desktop, or even be hung on the wall. However, its beauty is very deceptive, because Mono Lake is one of the most dangerous reservoirs on our planet, and all because of the city of Los Angeles, which began to grow in the 40s of the last century and gradually drained all the tributaries of the lake. The Mono Lake was drying up for 50 years and lost half of its volume before people noticed the environmental disaster. Of course, measures were taken immediately, but it was too late. Because of the high concentration of salt, the lake became toxic and overflowed with all sorts of carbonates, chlorides, and sulfates. The ashamed Los Angeles decided to correct its mistake, but the project to restore Mono Lake could take decades. Becher Lagoon. Even if you've never been to the Fiji Islands, you must have heard about the incredible beauty of this place, visited by many tourists every year. But despite its heavenly conditions and fantastic landscapes, one place of these islands got into our ratings of the most dangerous places for swimming. The Becher Lagoon, well known among divers, is famous not only because of its colorful underwater world, consisting of beautiful corals and cute fish. Becher is also famous as the gathering place for large flocks of tiger sharks and bull sharks. Although naturalists state that these animals are absolutely harmless, there have been shark attacks on humans quite often. So, the price for an exciting impression from seeing this underwater world in this place can be extremely high. Blue holes. These unique water formations are among the most mysterious places in the world's oceans, and some of them were formed tens of thousands of years ago. If these holes seem something terrifying to ordinary tourists, then for diving enthusiasts, these places are the most popular attractions. And this isn't surprising. The corridors of huge underwater caves go down so far that they can be explored endlessly. Despite the fact that many blue holes are not completely forbidden for swimming, they still have some limitations and even a bad reputation. For example, this blue hole in the Red Sea located near the Egyptian village of Dahab, it's a crater covered with corals with a diameter of about 160 feet and a depth of more than 330 feet. Reflecting from its walls, the sun's rays turn the blue hole into a mysterious tunnel that attracts divers to the mysterious depths of the sea. No matter how terrible it sounds, this place is still known as the Divers' Cemetery, and all because of the irresponsible daredevils who, diving into the hole, try to get into the open sea through a passage at a depth of 177 feet. Some people ran out of energy, some out of oxygen, and in such cases, you know what happens. After numerous accidents, it became forbidden to dive deeper than 82 feet when it comes to professional divers, and for beginners, the restriction is even more rigid, no deeper than 30 feet and only with an experienced guide. And here is another no less mysterious place where you shouldn't swim to avoid tragedies. A blue hole off the coast of the Gozo Island. This small piece of the sea, enclosed by a huge rock, looks incredibly beautiful. This 200-foot deep hole with a maximum visibility of up to 100 feet is located right on the shore. Under the water in the rock, like in many similar formations, there's an arch that connects the well with the sea. This is just another trap for fearless extreme enthusiasts who overestimate their strength. In order to avoid thoughtless diving, you can dive there only after taking a special course and obtaining a certificate. Maybe you know some mysterious places where nobody should go. Share your stories in the comments so that everybody knows where they're not supposed to swim. Amazing gadgets, upcoming technologies, incredible inventions, and other cool stuff related to high tech on TechZone. Subscribe, you won't regret it. The link is on the screen and in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.